My favorite teacher is definitely Mr. Schmeling.
Miss Merrill. Miss Mosher.
I guess Mr. McCarl.
Favorite teacher I've ever had is probably Miss Webb.
It's Coach Clay Pierre. We're kind of like best friends, you know.
My 7th grade English teacher, Miss Schneider.
Miss Matthews.
My favorite teacher I'd probably have to say is Mr. Moon.
I used to be really shy in the classroom, and he would always make class really fun and help me to be more outgoing.
He's funny and he knows what he's doing and he knows how to teach.
Always pushing me to always have an A instead of a B in math.
She helped me learn French a lot and she was always there for me.
She'd always be there for me, you know, she would give me nice advice.
I overheard him in class talking, saying, hey, the reason why I still teach is because I still care about these kids, and I think every teacher should have that.
She helped me understand what we were doing and what I missed, so I didn't fall behind in class.
She didn't only care about me as a student in her classroom, she cared about me as the artist and as the person that's a refugee from a different country that's having a hard time.
I feel like she actually really cares about everybody and kind of sees the potential in everybody, whether they're a honors student or whether they're someone who may be falling behind.
She was just the best and she would be there for me, and that's the best thing I could ask for a teacher.
And even when I didn't understand it, after I asked him over and over and over, and he was always there and still helped me until I got it. Then I was a genius at math.
Teachers have a lot of influence.
They assist me and guide me. They help me get on track.
Every teacher that you have, whether they're a good teacher or a bad teacher, kind of defines your academic journey.
Teacher is kind of like a leader.
Hopefully they can teach me all the skills that I need.
Teachers can help me be more successful by making the environment okay to ask questions.
I like when a teacher explains to me and has patience with me, because sometimes I just don't understand something.
They would be there for me with giving me advice. They would be there for me when it comes to like me wanting to give up.
Make me feel like I'm part of the class.
And some teachers go through the whole lesson and there's like 5 minutes left of class and it's like, any questions? And it's like, the bell's ringing, I have so many questions, there's not time for it. No one else is raising their hand.
To always make sure that no student is left out.
Just make them feel like, oh, it's a friend that's teaching, not some teacher.
I expect the same thing I give to my teachers, which is respect.
For the most part, teachers focus on who we are academically, but some teachers are blind to who we are outside of the classroom.
Showing that they actually have a personality.
Understand that every student's different and their lives are going to affect them differently.
When teachers just focus on how you act and perform in that one class that you have with that one teacher, they don't get a very good idea of who you are.
I like them to be chill, but not too chill.
They probably just want someone to be there and be like, hey, let's get this done. Let's just push it.
Maybe sometimes you're starting school and it's really early in the morning, but they have a lot of energy. It makes it easier to feed off of that and to have school be more positive.
If you give them the love and attention that they need, just like any other kid, they'll be willing to listen to you and pay attention.
I don't like when teachers just talk and talk all the time and then don't let students give their inputs or ask for any opinions. I feel that's boring and I just space out and I really don't get anything. Maybe a person that asks a lot of questions, they kind of like ignore it.
We all have bad days, so sometimes it's not the best when teachers remind you of things that maybe you did wrong earlier in the week.
I remember a time they gave us an assignment and we didn't really understand it. They said, hey, you know what stacks are? No, here's an assignment.
I don't like it when the bell rings and teachers say that the bell doesn't dismiss you, I dismiss you, and it's kind of hard on the students because we have classes on the other side of the building that we'll be late to.
I'd rather not do my homework because if I go and ask him, he's gonna embarrass me, so I'd rather just leave it, So I feel like rude teachers are the worst.
I would wish teachers would give me food.
A lot of teachers kind of aren't very warm to their students or, make it seem like they only like certain students.
So, you know, like we're teenagers. So a lot of us are in classroom, we're not quiet. I mean, I'm usually quiet, but a lot of us are not. So when students are playing around a lot, it's not because they're not learning, it's because your class is boring. So you should try to make it better.
He wasn't nice either. Like if you ask him a question, he makes you feel stupid. You don't know what stacks are? Oh, fine. Yeah, it makes it hard to approach them.
And what are stacks?
I don't know still.
If they could establish like a more of a friend type of connection than just a teacher-student connection.
Sometimes my teachers, they kind of go through work like really fast, and they'll like top that off, and I kind of just wish that they would kind of take it slow with each step that they take with us.
I wish they wouldn't take my phone away.
I feel like teachers are stressed a lot.
I've had teachers before where I just felt like I could not approach them, and it ended up affecting my grades.
If they're stressed, it makes us stressed. So like it's not gonna, it like doesn't function well.
My favorite teachers are the teachers that help me catch up after I miss a day.
I really admire and appreciate when they tell me good job, or you're doing good, or you got this.
Having conversations with you that aren't even necessarily academic, but helping you out with maybe some of your other classes, or just kind of, hey, I have this problem, how can you help me with this?
I like it when they praise me, or when I do something good, it makes me feel good.
I like it when my teachers take time out of their day to work one-on-one with me.
And because they made something sound fun, I'm interested in it now.
They'd make me feel part of the class in some way. Like if they knew I was struggling, they'd personally come up to me and say, hey Robbie, what's wrong?
I want teachers to understand that even though I do get good grades and I'm always trying to be focused, that sometimes it can still be hard.
Most of the times I play around, but other than that, if you look more deep into my personality, I'm more reliable and more responsible than I look.
I'm a very happy person, like even though I've been through a lot, and that I'm very creative and I like to do things, a lot of projects.
Depending on who I am near, of course I'll talk a lot, but whenever it's time to like learn, I'll learn.
I'm a very friendly, energetic person, so it might take a little bit for me to get used to.
Teachers need to understand that I don't speak English very well, because even though I can speak it, I can't read it.
I am not a confident person, and I talk a lot when I get nervous, like right now.
I have other things I'm doing, you know? I think any student will say that of, I don't just have your class.
I'm not the smartest kid in the school, so whenever I have the chance to get extra credit, I always take the chance. Keep doing what you're doing.
They're cool. I like teachers. I don't know why others don't like them.